because he's
I bet
right.
he wishes that he. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say he's right around 500. The team is when sales starts. So
I bet he wishes that he could take those runs and spread them out over the last couple starts.
right.
Just those 5 runs.
He just needs to sprinkle in like a 2-run game or once in a while,
Yeah.
a 3-run game, like anything really. It's funny that Sale is 7-4 and Gonzalez, who pitched for the Seattle today, is 7-5.
Ridiculous.
Like that just kind of and in comparison for people at home that don't keep up with Mariner baseball, Gonzalez's ERA is 4.04, Sales is 2.56.
Yeah, and I mean that adjustment he made. What was it to the start of his delivery?
Yeah, it was the way he was positioning his body before the delivery.
Yeah, because I mean that's an obvious turning point, and he's just been absolutely lights out since discovering that. So
Yeah,
He's been so fast out of the stretch lately. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but he is ridiculous out of the stretch these past couple games.
I think that's something they worked on with him too, because when he is that type of guy that does not like to waste time, when he gets in a groove, he just gets in a groove. And I think for him, it's just let's keep it going, give me the ball, I want to go. Another great game with Sandy Leon behind the plate. Obviously for him, catching for Sale because another great helps his ERA. But on top of that, he went 1 for 2 from the plate. So, getting that average, creeping it back up there.
Austin, where are you on the catching situation? Like, who's your preferred guy to get at least 3 of the 5 starts?
I like Christian. I prefer Christian behind the plate because it seems like they win more baseball games with him back there, but I need Sandy catching Porcello and Sale.
Yeah, I see. I like Sandy.
I know you're the opposite.
Yeah.
Well, and not that I hate Vasquez, but this year he's just not doing it with the bat. And, numbers wise, Sandy's so good defensively with, his pitcher ERA. And Vasquez hasn't been a rock defensively back there this year like he was last year when it comes to throwing.
I'm starting to lean. These past couple of weeks, I've been slowly leaning towards Sandy. I'm just not there yet.
Yeah, I like him better, and I think I'm not a big WAR guy, but I mean I just feel like we'd get a couple more wins out of him, over a season than Vasquez.
I think he would be the guy in the playoffs because he can get hot and be dangerous, kind of like a Jackie Bradley who can get hot and be dangerous, but Vasquez can't. And even when he does get hot, it's like singles, a couple doubles.
They're bloops.
They're bloops, exactly. But Sandy's going to crush the ball. He's a switch hitter, and he's been there before in the playoffs. So when it comes to playoff time, if we have to play a wild card game, I want Sale and
Leon
behind the plate.
It's kind of like in 2013 when Salty lost his job to Ross, and maybe it's not fair for me to compare Vasquez to Salty because he is obviously, way better defensively, but there was just so much more confidence, and chemistry between Ross and the rotation, and you knew, no runs would be given up, because of defensive errors.
He wasn't Ross. Game, which is kind of important when you're back there in the playoffs. So, I mean, come playoff time, listen. I saw a tweet that you said the other day, Terry. It was, I'm not looking forward to playing Seattle in the playoffs. I would play the Seattle Mariners, who have not made it to the playoffs, I think, in the longest drought and, out of the 4 major teams. They haven't been there like 20-plus seasons or something like that, right?
Yeah, their playoff drought's old enough to drive and I think almost drink.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about, Seager and Herrera. Yeah, the only guy I'm worried about is Span.
Cruz.
It's just Span, because Span's going to kill me. But no, like Cruz, D. Gordon for contact, obviously. Ryan Healy's been way better this year after his really bad start to start the year. The first month and a half was abysmal for that kid. But I'm not concerned as much with them. And the games that we lost to them, you take a miracle start from, LeBlanc.
Yeah.
Again. Here, and then you had King Felix, returning to form for a day. So you take those out, and we lose 1 or 2 games from the entire year.
It's amazing how two starts can be completely different. Like, we label LeBlanc the second time, and the first time we couldn't make contact.
Yep, exactly. And I think that's an adjustment, and that goes to show you our new manager and hitting coach this year actually doing the job. Terry and I kind of talked last time out about, is Alex Cora going to be that guy, that Terry Francona, that Joe Madden in the playoffs? And I think just looking at this series right here is an improvement for it. We played Seattle again, and we pretty much hit the crap out of them, minus the middle game. And the bullpen was great, and I thought he managed the series really well. He let Wright kind of rot out there, but I think everyone is on the same page. When you give up, 6 runs in an inning, you're not going to bring out the bullpen and assume to win that game. But as soon as he was out, Johnson to Barnes to Kelly to Kimbrel, we win the game. Game 2, he has Erod, 4 innings, yanks him out. Velasquez, who's been really good, he puts in. He gives up 2 and 3 innings. Okay, he gave up a lot there. Workman to Hembry. And then today, with Sale, 7 innings. He was at 93 pitches, I think, Sale was. And he did not come out for the 8th inning. And I thought that was great because it goes to show that he is looking for longevity. He does not care about individual stats when it comes to, we got to get him his 8 innings or maybe complete game or whatever, a couple more strikeouts. He doesn't care about that. He went right to his guns, Kelly, and then he would have went to Kimbrel if he needed him. He got the luxury of going to Matt Barnes.
Yeah, well, hang on. Just to go back a second here, my tweet about the wild card was more sarcasm, and obviously you're not a mind reader, so you're not going to always detect that. But also, I mean, this was the tale of 2 different series, though. I mean, I fully expected Wright to go out there and pitch, maybe not quite as great as he did in the first series, but I thought he'd go 6 or 7 and give up maybe 2 or 3. I certainly didn't expect 10 runs, and
no, I didn't. I agree.
And LeBlanc, I mean, that was also a polar opposite. And Josh Badwell, who was on with us, says that he's the number 5 starter. So maybe we shouldn't be stunned so much that he struggled as much as he did. But I don't know. It's, when D. Gordon gets on base, that's scary. And Denard Span has our number. Nelson Cruz did a number on us. So it's not my dream scenario to have them in a 1-game wild card. And we also have to remember that nobody's ever really seen Sale be dominant in August and September yet. So we're hoping that this is the year, but he's made some adjustments and kind of taken a different mindset, different approach. So hopefully that translates to a stronger second half. And if David Price doesn't lose his freaking mind, that could help.
That would be great. Wouldn't that be awesome?
A big test in that will actually be this coming weekend because, let's see, he starts tomorrow. Actually, there's an off day, is there?
Yeah, I believe it's an off day tomorrow.
Yeah, so he'll go then Tuesday. So that puts him in line for what, Saturday?
I think Sunday.
Oh, Sunday? Oh.
Sunday would be 5 days.
So that's the ESPN game. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a national broadcast. So that'll be a big test. Like, I haven't really shit on him much lately, but I'll really back off if he comes out of that. He doesn't have to be electric, but I mean, if he goes
6 innings.
Yeah, 6 innings, a few runs against that lineup, I'll take that.
Give me
because the heating up stand.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get me a quality start from Price on the Sunday night game on national broadcast against Severino at Yankee Stadium, I'll you gotta give the guy a pass until the postseason at this point.
And he has an 8.5 ERA in Yankee Stadium since joining the Red Sox too. So that's
he's been awful. And Dodge starts there as well.
Yeah. So and it's definitely against Severino.
Yeah, that's what they're saying right now.
Oh, perfect. That's so perfect.
There's Erod and Sabathia, Sale and Gray and Price and Severino.
Thank God for Sale and Gray.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we have there's a couple like really big time, like on paper matchups coming up. You got Sale and Gray, which, I mean, Sale pitching anytime is. But Gray, he could be really good or really bad. Bryce Severino, obviously. Then our next game is Porcello and Scherzer, which is that's going to
former teammates.
Yep, at Washington, and then Wright against Roark. So a couple really good games there in a row.
Yeah, and I mean, if the Yankees have a tough week, I mean, and we can go in there and take 2 out of 3, that should get us the lead back by a couple of games. I know the number of games we've had is kind of out of whack because we've played 4 or 5 more than they have.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, it just would be nice to kind of tip the scales a little bit, on the side of the Red Sox. I did see, actually, right before I came on, isn't Gary Sanchez probably headed to the DL?
Oh, is he? I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I didn't see that one.
Something about a groin issue.
That would be really great. I mean, considering that'd be nice.
Yeah, and
Pretty
I mean,
awesome.
he's, not playing that well anyway.
Yep.
Are you looking it up?
I looked it up. Sanchez likely to go to DL.
Yeah, groin injury, huh? I just saw the run. He was just running down first base and just came up hobbling.
Yeah.
So we get to see the other Roma.
That might make him a better team, though, at least defensively.
Defensively, yeah.
Oh, defensively it does, but at Yankee Stadium, you want Gary Sanchez in the lineup so he can hit a pop fly out to left field. So,
Right.
Home run.
Him and his bucktooth buddy.
That's it.
God, I'm so done with Judge.
I mean, the good thing is, we talked about this last time as well, is that this is a huge test for the Red Sox this next 2 weeks, 10 days, I guess, because you have Seattle, LA, New York, and Washington, all either playoff teams or fringe playoff teams, being the Angels being the fringe playoff team, but they have Mike Trout and some good players. So after that, we get rewarded with KC, Texas, and Toronto. So
What?
I know. It would be nice to, really take these series against LA and New York and maybe Washington, and then go in against Kansas City, Texas, and Toronto with a lead or close to it.
Just win these series. I'm not asking for sweeps.
No, 2 out of 3 every time. That's all we need.
2 out of 3. We have a good chance against LA. We got Price against Lamb, who I think Lamb's making. Is this his first start of the season?
That's a terrible name for a pitcher.
Oh, John. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's not him making the first start. There was another guy coming up. He's been bad, though, Lamb. So he hasn't been good. And then you have Heaney. It's not he. There's no L in that name, but he's been pretty good, Andrew Heaney. And then after that,
sounds too close to Weenie to me.
Yeah.
And Jamie Boria, who's a young guy. He's 21 years old.
Where the hell do they get these kids?
I don't know, man. They do a great job of acquiring talent that just underperforms. Minus my.
But yeah, they get old talent that underperforms, like Josh Hamilton and Ian Kinsler at this point.
Yeah, they like doing that. They love doing that. And Pujols.
And Pujols, yeah.
I wanted Kinsler.
CJ Wilson's another name. CJ Wilson was bad for them. What's up, Terry?
Oh, I was going to say, in the offseason, I was kind of hoping Dombrowski would target Kinsler for second base, but it's probably worked out better, that we didn't.
Yeah, he's only got 1 more year of his contract in this year, but he just hasn't been good this year.
Right.
He started out in PL, and then he's batting .216 on the year.
Yeah.
So, not great, but he's old, too. He's 36 years old.
Oh, is he? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I remember when he was a rookie. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, back in 2008.
Yeah, because Michael Young had to move in order for him to play.
Yeah, and then he got traded 1-for-1 for Prince Fields to Detroit.
Yeah.
And then he was in Detroit for what, 4 years, 5 years, and then he
something like that.
Yeah, and then they traded him 1-for-1 for somebody else. Oh no, it was for 2 people. Sorry.
The Angels have lost 4 out of their last. They've won 4 out of their last 10, so we might be catching them at a pretty good time.
Plus, Trout's got a hand issue right now.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he's been playing DH these past couple nights.
Yeah, I saw that. They were thinking about doing Ohtani at DH, right? If he comes back from this elbow, which is wild.